Morbid Facts, Part 457. In 2002, Pennsylvania mother Brenda Heist completely disappeared after dropping her 2 kids off at school. 11 years later, she was found living with a group of homeless people in Key West, Florida. Investigators found out she was upset about an upcoming divorce and wanted to completely abandon her life as she knew it. Brenda survived by living under bridges and eating scraps of food until she got tired of running and decided to turn herself in. Her family wanted nothing to do with her since they thought she'd been dead for years, and her ex-husband was even treated as a suspect for her supposed murder. Just last year, 16-year-old Marie Antoinette Coutillo tragically died after her phone fell into the bathtub while she was on a call with her friend. She'd been charging her phone while using it and apparently dropped it in the water at some point, resulting in her electrocution. Marie was eventually found unresponsive by her parents and rushed to the hospital, but doctors were unable to save her. Morbid Facts, Part 252. In 1992, legendary comedian Sam Kinison died at 38 when a drunk driver crossed the median and ran head-on into Sam's car. After the crash, Kinison appeared to be stable at first, but quickly succumbed to internal bleeding after smashing into his windshield because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Just before dying, he reportedly muttered, "Why now?" before pausing and asking, "But why?" And after another long pause, he said, okay, as his final words. A friend who was with him at the time later recalled, whatever voice was talking to him gave him the right answer, and he just relaxed with it. The driver was sentenced to 1 year probation and 300 hours of community service. This photo was taken by sailors who saw a girl sitting on a disintegrating float near the Bahamas. 4 days prior, her whole family was murdered on their sailboat by their hired captain, who left the girl to drown with the sinking boat, but she miraculously made it to the lifeboat. Upon hearing that she survived, the captain took his own life. Here are some morbid facts about O.J. Simpson. This 1994 photo shows O.J. holding hands with his children at the funeral of their mother and his ex-wife, Nicole Simpson Brown. She was brutally stabbed to death, purportedly by O.J. himself, even though he was famously acquitted in court a few months later. During the funeral, O.J. reportedly spent a significant amount of time with Nicole's body and was even seen kissing her on the lips. O.J.'s father was a well-known drag queen in San Francisco and died of AIDS in 1986. Soon after O.J. was acquitted, he wrote a book called If I Did It. It was a hypothetical description of the murders if he had actually committed them, and he knew he wouldn't be tried in court thanks to double jeopardy laws. The victims' families responded by suing and won all rights to the book, eventually changing the word "if" to appear really small on the cover. But in the nearly 30 years since Ron Goldman's family won a $33.5 million civil judgment against O.J. for wrongful death, he had only paid the family about $500K.